things theology, all things theology. We chop it up properly, without an apology. Gotta give doxology to God hollow, because this is how we do it at All Things Theology.
Yo, grace and peace, guys. Welcome back to an episode of All Things Theology, where I'm your host, Kdub, and today I want to talk about abortion. But before we do that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, click the notification bell so you'll be aware when I drop content. Yes, guys, I want to talk about abortion. I want to talk about this video I saw on Facebook trending around. I think it had like 5 million views of Amanda Gorman. If you don't know Amanda Gorman, she is a poet, an artist, an activist. Her work focuses on issues of oppression, feminism, race, marginalization, and as well as African diaspora. If you can read that on her website itself. She actually was invited. When I play this video, you may actually recognize her because she was invited to the 2021 inauguration of the U.S. president of Joe Biden, where she read her poem, "The Hill We Climb." And so, yes, I saw this video and I thought it was very interesting, and I'm going to respond to her 8 reasons why abortion should be had, or the freedom to choose abortion, murder of children. But we're going to get to that. Let's start it off. Let's get it.
Reasons to stand up today against abortion bans in the United States. 1. Let's get this straight. When the penalty for rape...
Oh, hold on. Let me start this over, because this is, by the way, this is a poem. So I just got to let you know. So this poem is 8 reasons to stand up today against abortion bans. Not against abortion, but those who want abortion banned in the United States. So, all right. Well, we're listening, Amanda. So this is my 8 refutations of abortion. So here we go.
8 reasons to stand up today against abortion bans in the United States. 1. Let's get this straight. When the penalty for rape is less than the penalty for abortion after the rape, this isn't about caring for women and girls. It's about controlling them.
Okay, so her first argument is... It actually doesn't make any sense, because I had to re-listen to it, because there is no penalty for abortion in the United States. I mean, you have to pay some fees, I guess, to have this service done, but rape actually is... So for me, right, I live in the state of Texas, right? It's a 3rd-degree felony. That's not the case for abortion. And so I don't know what she's talking about. I have no clue. A woman can literally go into Planned Parenthood and abort her baby, and there's no penalty. Like, what woman has gone to jail for abortion? And okay, maybe you could find one. Maybe there is. Okay, cool. But I don't think it's a 3rd-degree felony. So I don't. But let's take her argument. The solution isn't to, because I would argue that people may not like this, but I believe rape should be held to the highest crime. I believe if a woman violates a woman in that manner, they should be put to death. Now, funny enough, I've said that to a pro-abortionist, and they like spaz out, like, you can't do that. They don't really want justice. So again, her first point is, it actually is nonsensical. It's actually not a valid point. But even if it was, okay, let's raise the standard for those who commit this crime, not kill the baby. So, refuted number 1. Let's go to point 2.
Through forcing them into motherhood before they're ready, these bans steadily sustain the patriarchy, but also chain families in poverty and maintain economic inequality. 3.
So that was kind of 2 arguments. If you kind of heard, maybe even more than that. At least 2 arguments right there. 1, her first argument is you're forcing women into motherhood when they're not ready. Well, here's a solution. Let's practice celibacy. You know, oftentimes when if you're on Twitter quite often, like I am, some of the responses to the appealing of a Roe vs. Wade that is potential, that got leaked, and there's a whole nother story, was like women were coming out saying, hey, we're not essentially we're not going to be promiscuous anymore until Roe vs. Wade is on the table, which is very hilarious. Hey, yes, if you don't want to have a child, don't lay with the man. I mean, don't say you're not ready for a baby when you're doing the very thing of how babies come about. That's like saying, hey, I really don't want to gain weight, but I keep divulging in food, intensely, at a very high rate. I'm just eating all this food. I can't blame the food. I'm the problem. So that's her first argument was, well, motherhood. You force people to motherhood. And then there was a part B in there about, well, people are poor, right? Did you hear that argument? Let's go back. But also chain families in poverty and maintain economic inequality. So guess what? If kill the baby. Essentially, her argument is poor people should be able to kill their children. I said recently on Twitter that you don't see a lot of rich people. Rich people really don't argue for the abortion of their kids. It's the abortion of poor people's kids. Now, do rich people abort their children too? Yes, that's not. But largely, it's poor people that do this, and she's arguing for this. Poor people should be able to kill their kids because you don't want to bring someone into poverty. Well, I don't believe poor people should die. And how many people have escaped that of poverty? Numerous people. I've escaped poverty. Numerous people. I mean, many of black athletes have escaped this. And so I don't believe they should die.
And maintain economic inequality. 3, pregnancy is a private and personal decision.
So pregnancy is a private and personal decision. It depends what you mean by that. Because like the act of becoming pregnant, absolutely, right? Two people do their thing, right? We know about the birds and the bees, right? I don't have to go over that. So yes, it's private and personal in that instance, but let's hear the rest of her argument.
Not require the permission of any politician.
Well, no one's saying you don't have the right to get pregnant or not get pregnant. No one's forcing you to get pregnant. The issue is, once you get pregnant, should you have the right to terminate, murder the life inside of you? I say no. And I agree. I don't think it's to the requirement of any politician as well either. I don't care if any politician agree with me. I don't get these rights. The right to life does not stem from any politician. It's actually a God-given right, and our founding fathers understood that. But yeah.
For all time, regardless of whether it's a crime, women have and will always seek their own reproductive destinies. All these penalties do is subdue women's freedom to get healthy, safe services when they most need them. 5.
Let me say this. I was talking to someone on Twitter. Her name is Abby Libby. And I have to give her a shout out for this term because I thought it was great. The term was fetus phobic. And I thought that was excellent because it's using their language to describe, right? You got the transphobic, homophobic. I'm going to employ your language and say you're fetus phobic. You're scared of the child. But ultimately, what I think liberals, leftists have done they use emotive language to win people over. This isn't rooted in facts, logic. Like, let's go back and listen to what she said, right? She's saying, hey, all these penalties do is subdue women's freedoms, right? To get healthy, safe services when they need them most. Now, let me respond to this because abortion is not a healthy, safe services. safe service that women need. When someone aborts the babies, someone always dies. Let me just say that if the abortion was successful, someone always dies. So how can that be healthy and safe? Second of all, let's talk about the things that Planned Parenthood doesn't promote to these women considering abortion, like the woman being more risk for suicide, more risk for depression, more risk for cancer, more risk for all these negative things. How could you call them safe? If a drug did that, people would ban that drug. But abortion is allowed to be called healthy and safe. Safe for whom? Because it's not safe for the woman nor the baby.
Services when they most need them. 5. Fight to keep Roe v. Wade alive. By the term overturn Roe v. Wade, the main concern is that the Supreme Court will let states thwart a woman's path to abortion with undue burdens. But one thing is true and certain. 6.
That's not really an argument. It's not really an argument. Or it says by the term overturn Roe versus Wade, the main concern is that the Supreme Court will let states thwart a woman's path to abortion with undue burdens. No, it's essential. People do not have the right to kill children. Again, it's real simple. Real simple. You know, my body, my choice, right? The language the baby's body is not your choice. So that's not your choice. It's not your body. I agree with my body, my choice. Hey, do whatever you want with your body. In some sense, right? Human autonomy. That's what they're arguing for. Human autonomy. You're not actually arguing for human autonomy. You're actually arguing to violate the human autonomy of another creature, of another person, of another human, of your offspring. Let me put in an example like this. Right? I go into your house, right? I steal your nice TV, right? Right? And you catch me. You call the police and police respond and I say, hey, my body, my choice. I should be able to do whatever I want with my body, right? Human autonomy. Because because in that argument, you'd be like, well, that's absurd. You're violating something that's not yours. And that's right. Same with in the womb. It's not your body. It's someone else's. These people aren't actually arguing for human autonomy. Because human autonomy, full-blown human autonomy, says I can do whatever I want with my body, even at the extent of yours. That's what you're arguing for. You're actually arguing for that. Let's be careful. See, like I said, I think liberals have done a good job with framing things in an emotive and deceptive way, even. And we have to start calling that out. You don't want to be a slave to their language and just get caught up in the, man, that sounds good. It's emotional. Women's rights, right? Doesn't that sound good? But actually listen to what they're saying. They're actually not arguing for women's rights, especially the little woman in the womb, right?
Undue burdens. But one thing is true and certain. 6. These predictions aren't a distortion, hypothetical, or theoretical. Women already face the disproportion of undue burdens when seeking abortions if the sexes in all people are to be equal.
What was the language she uses? The undue burden of pregnancy. See, these people hate kids. They hate children. That the worst thing in their life that could happen to them, right, because they're so selfish and narcissistic, is that they can have another child. Life is not going to be all about them anymore. So, yes, we have to rid the child. If we want all people to be equal, then women have to have the right to murder the child. Listen to what's actually being argued. Listen to what's actually being argued. Abortion has to be actually accessible and not just technically legal, as she says.
Despite what you might hear, this right here isn't only about women and girls.
So here goes the you don't have a uterus. You can't you can't respond to this conversation. Well, one, did you just assume my gender? Two, Roe vs. Wade was full of all men. So even according to your own logic, we must rid and overturn Roe vs. Wade. See, when you pull the whole men can't have an opinion, it actually destroys your own liberal logic about, because liberals are telling people that men can get periods. There goes the whole gender is fluid argument. You've just thrown. Look at this. This is only about women and girls. There goes the whole transgender movement right there. Boom. Right? See, this actually destroys your own ideology. If I accept your premise, then it destroys something you believe over here. But then, right, to push back against it, well, shouldn't we overturn Roe vs. Wade? Because that was not decided by women and girls, but it was a Supreme Court of men. And hold on, let me even go further. White men, right? A Supreme Court full of white men at that.
Fights is about fundamental civil rights. Women are a big part of it, but at the heart of it are freedom over how fast our families grow.
Oh, hold on. Let me. Be careful of anyone trying to attach their oppression to civil rights, right? Abortion is not a civil right in the, historic term that term was used, right, with the oppression of black people in America. One can make a strong argument, I believe. Abortion was used to, decrease the black population by Margaret Sanger. Look it up. She was a eugenicist. She was a grade A racist. And she was willing to do something about it. And here you have black people arguing for her very dream. The Negro Project. Look it up. Literally to destroy the black race. But again, they don't teach you that. And then she says, the irony of this statement, right? The irony of this statement. Women are a big part of it, but at the heart of it, our freedom over how fast our families grow. You can't grow a family by killing the children, by killing the infant. It's literally impossible. That's literally the opposite of growing a family.
Grow goes farther and larger than any one of us. It's about every single one of us.
Single one of us, women, right? Now, it's not about every single one of us. You just said it's about women and girls, but now you're saying it's every single one of us, and by that she means those who accept my premise, not me, right? Not only those who agree.
8. Fight for Roe v. Wade in the United States because this change can't wait. We've got the energy, the moment, the movement, and the thundering numbers.
We have the depravity, the evil. That's how I heard this. Is yes, you have a lot of people that agree with murdering children. That's the sad part. We have the momentum. Okay, I don't want to get banned. I'm not going to say that. This video is already probably going to get not allowed. Who knows if anybody even watch this. But I would make a comparison, but I know that'll definitely get this video booted off YouTube, so I'll leave it to myself.
Light's biggest blunder is that most Americans aren't under their impression that a woman's body is up to them to decide.
Decide what you may. Be, in one sense, be as evil as you want to be. But the baby in the womb is not your body. See, this is the party that says they're science, pro-science, and right? We're all about science. What doctor says that the baby is the mother or the mother is the baby? That's absurd. That's like me hooking you up to a ventilator, right? A breathing machine, and saying Same thing. The ventilator is the body. The body is the ventilator. So no one's telling you what to do with your own body. The baby is not your body. I mean, hello, come on. Science.
So when you're outraged, these lawmakers are terrified. They want our tide to lose hope, to back up, pack up, and go home. So don't. We won't. We are never alone when we fight fire with feminism. So
yeah, that's what it's all about. Third wave feminism as well. And how can you even use the word feminism when we can't even define femininity? We can't define what a woman is. Like I said, this is so hypocritical. So hypocritical. But let's continue.
Go. Be unafraid. We will not be delayed. We will not be masquerade to the tale of a handmaid. We will not let Roe v. Wade slowly fade, because when we show up today, we're already standing up with the tomorrow we made.
Well, Amanda, just be grateful that your mother chose life, right? Just like so many black people, so many people in general. Their mothers, anyone making the argument for abortion, their mother chose to have them live. I saw something on Facebook as well, and I thought it was a great argument. You know, because, yeah, she just described, right? These women are so brave, right? Doing what's best for them, right? You know, choosing their future. Well, let's be consistent here. I saw a post that said, if you praise a woman who aborted her child because she did what was best for herself, then I hope you praise men for abandoning their children because they did what was best for themselves. Essentially what we're arguing is it a matter of consistency, especially if you want to use the my body, my choice, right? Doesn't the father have the choice to want to be there for his kids or not? Right? We're using your logic. I don't believe that's the case, right? I believe the father's duty is to father his children, just like it's a duty for a mother to mother her children. And so, hope this video was helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like it, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell. As always, guys, this is All Things Theology. I'm Kdub. Till the next time, grace and peace.